One of the things that often happens to me is I get bored of practicing and doing the things that I do just day to day over and over and over again. Whenever this happens, I try to remember what made me want to start playing guitar. And usually what comes to mind is it seemed really fun to me to play a lot of notes. And once I grew in my knowledge of music theory and understanding, harmony was something that always fascinated me. So whenever I get bored, one of two things happens. Either I go back and relearn a bunch of the oldies things that I learned whenever I was a kid, and I cycle through playing some of those old licks. And then sometimes I get overly curious about chords and harmonies. And so whenever I get bored, I kind of let those thoughts just lead me into my practice. And that's how I found this tuning, Open Dadd9, or Open Dadd9, actually. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Devin Bishop, and I cover guitar-related content, and I just try to have fun along the way. So let's get into it. So I actually found this tuning just naturally. There's a lot of guitar players on Instagram and social media that I listen to that come up with these like really fascinating harmonies that have a lot of clashing notes by using chord clusters that aren't as easily available in standard tuning. So this week I grabbed my guitar and I started experimenting in drop D and in Dadd9, and that kept me going for a little bit. But then I thought to myself, okay, what if I retune some of these notes and I create just like a natural D tuning with an Dadd9? And come to find out, this has been done by other people in the past, but not as much. There is some information available, but not a ton. So I'm just gonna walk you through some of the basic chords that I found in this tuning this week. And I was so surprised by how easy these chords are to find. So a one chord is just open, right? Now, if you want any kind of major chord, it's also important to note that you can just bar this and play it anywhere, and you get a major chord with an Dadd9, just with a bar across all six. You can also get a similar thing in minor by making this shape. And it's very similar to a B7 shape in standard tuning, but just a little bit different. So 3rd fret 6th string, 3rd fret 4th string, 2nd fret 3rd string, 3rd fret 2nd string. And then you get a minor chord with an Dadd9. And that's a really easy shape to make. And you can make this anywhere. Something about that reminds me of a video game. Now, the basic chord progression found in D major is relatively easy to find and use. So your one chord is just going to be open like this. Your two chord is going to be this shape. So this is a 2, 2, and a 1. And then you can use that same shape for the 3 chord. And you get an interesting octave there, right? And then your 4 chord is going to be this shape, 5, 5, and 5. And then you just move that up for your next major chord. Then you're going to go back to that minor shape, which was shaped like this, but your frets now are 7, 7, 6. And then for your last one, you're going to move that minor shape up, and then you're going to drop your ring finger, so now you just have 2 fingers. And then you're back to your 1. Which you can use your harmonics there. So the thing to note there is a major shape looks like this, and a minor shape looks like this. And those are super simple just to grab. So then past that, a couple of interesting things that you can do. If you go to the 2 chord and you play a major shape, it works really well and it sounds really cool. And then you can go to a 5, either up here, and you can play it like that, or you can play your 5 down here with just 1 finger. And you get a 7 chord with that suspended note right there, right? If you wanted the actual 3rd of the chord, you could play the 4th fret on the 2nd string. And then you could get a 9 like that. You could also get a 6 in there. And then you could throw that note in there if you wanted. So it's relatively easy to find all these things, and then you're back to your 1 chord. So then the next interesting thing that you can do with this is play your 2 chord major, play that minor, or not minor, but play that major 5 chord, and then play a bar on the 1st fret, and then play your 1 chord at the end. And this is the tritone sub of the 5. And as you've seen in some of my previous videos about the 4 chord, turning it into minor, and if you haven't, you can check out those videos on melodic minor and how to use the 4 sharp 11, which is just the major 4 chord, but using the sharp 11 that's found naturally. I have a video on that. You can take the 4 chord in this progression, you can turn it minor, which sounds really cool. So you could have a 1, minor 2, minor 3, major 4, which you're normally used to, right? And then you could have the minor 4, and then you could go to your 5, and then back to your 1. So really just beautiful, fun tuning to play around with. I'm excited to try this out in just some different settings, and I think it's something that's going to stick with me that I'm just going to have fun with. I posted a video on Facebook earlier this week about playing Isn't She Lovely in this tuning, and it came out really nice. It's really a great tune to play in this tuning. So there you have it, guys, just a basic guide to the Open Dadd9 tuning. And if you enjoyed this video, stick around for more content, and I will see you next week in the next video.